building. I love building the strength with the calisthenics because the foundation you building your strength on is just so much more powerful than like if you were to build your strength with weights. You know what I mean? Like the calisthenics foundation is just like it's all body weight. So it's like true strength, opposed to like anybody could go in the weight room if you're strong and knock up, you know what I mean, 200 on the bench. Like that don't really take real strength, but to do all of this shit, and I take real strength. This is harder than lifting weights. Like after a week of training, one thing I observed was like my carbohydrate intake has just been a little bit too high. The Sunday where we couldn't get no meat on Sunday because it was Labor Day.
Yeah, it was Labor Day out
here.
So
everything was closed. But on that day, bro whipped up a bowl of veggies, and my body felt better eating that. Since I've been here just eating that bowl of veggies, my body was like, this is all you need. You don't really need.
I think when it comes down to the diet, it's like different stages of your health and fitness journey.
Is different.
You're gonna need different things. Like for Kwame right now, he's kind of in that cleansing phase right now where he's trying to cut weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's trying to cut weight. He's trying to cut body fat.
Right.
So for him, maybe less protein. Because, I mean, you can look at him, he already got hella muscle mass on him, so he doesn't necessarily need a surplus of protein.
Right.
But he might need a surplus of veggies so he can get those foods kind of flowing through his system better.
The veggies, one, my digestive system was just responding way better to it. And then two, I had a ton of energy. I was ready to train right after I ate the veggies. I'm like, damn, I could actually go again right now, other than like what I ate last night, which was decent.
Yeah,
but I could have lived without.
What was the food last night?
So we had steak, potatoes, and a vegetable stir fry. I could have just dealt with the veggies
and the
steak, and I would have been perfectly fine. Like you said, I'm dense, so I don't need a ton of protein. But the veggies though, man, like that's such an important staple right now. Because I feel the difference in my training, the way I'm waking up. Like I woke up slightly groggy, and I noticed when I finish the night off with veggies, I wake up with a ton more energy.
Yeah, nah, I feel that one because when I first started out my calisthenics journey and just this kind of health journey in general, I went vegan for a while, and I went vegetarian after I went vegan.
And that was probably
the best thing for me. But then once I got to a certain level of calisthenics and started trying to train a different type of way, I had to reintroduce the meat. And honestly, since I've been out here in Argentina, my body's actually been feeling the best after I've been eating steak and vegetables pretty much on a daily or every other day type basis. So for me, where I'm at and where you at is two completely different places. But that's one thing I really wanted to document right here is because depending on where you're at in your journey, everybody needs different things. So we can make 1,000,001 what I eat in a day videos, but what I eat in a day is not what you're gonna need. It's different than what you're gonna need to eat in a day. What I eat in a day is different than what Kwame's gonna need to eat in a day.
And from my experience, the best cuts, the healthy cuts, because I've done unhealthy cuts. I think everybody has done those before. And then I've done healthy cuts. Like the unhealthy cuts, I fasted for 20 hours and then I probably restricted my calories. Like I only ate a small bowl of things, but that wasn't necessarily the healthiest cut because I also lost a lot of strength in the process. And it takes more time to rebuild that strength than it does
for some people. I would say for somebody like you, it's not going to take that long.
For me, it's not going to take a lot of time.
But for a lot of people, it's going to take that long. Because Kwame is actually, that's actually one thing I wanted to touch on in this video is, what is your take on, because you're starting off calisthenics pretty much from scratch, but you're starting off from an overweight place. So what would you say your experience of starting off, like how do you feel in terms of like that relative strength, which is basically your body weight strength, and what you need and how important is it to lose that excess weight?
So I think naturally I'm strong as fuck, so I could lift myself up even being overweight. But I feel the difference on my joints because of the weight. So I think for a long term, if I was to stick with calisthenics, which I'm going to stick with, it doesn't matter if you're strong. Your mobility is limited when you're overweight, and then your joints are affected. So, you know, I could get out here and lift myself, but definitely I felt my like elbows and shoulders.
And for everybody who's wondering, give everybody what your height and your weight is right now.
So I'm 5'10" and a half. Approximately 5'10" and a half, approximately 238.
Yeah, maybe a little bit heavier than that.
240-ish, yeah. 245-ish.
So, but the thing is, most people that size who haven't been working out are not going to be able to do a pull-up. You know what I mean? Let alone being able to do 3 pull-ups your first time out and getting stronger as you go.
Yeah.
So for everybody out there, I just kind of wanted to stress the importance of basically the diet is going to be, this whole segment right here is like the diet is going to be critical, and Kwame's even realizing for himself certain things he doesn't need.
The first week was reintroducing fitness and the habit of fitness, right? So like we were, you know, we set the goal of 10,000 steps a day. We've been committed to that.
In fact, let's go over here and get this next set in.
I haven't missed a day of that. And then it was just getting out here and train and having a habit of training. So now going into this second week, I'm gonna clean up my diet even more now, because I can get out here and work out, but cleaning up the diet is like,
that's number one. Number one, I think number one is cleaning up the diet, and number 2 is actually getting those steps in, and number 2 and 3, I mean, the second one is kind of like 2A and 2B with the resistance training and the getting the cardio in. But let's get that in. So 5, 5, and 10. So we're doing 5 regular dips, 5 dip negatives, and then 10 bench dips.